guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurion's Review. This video will be a rant about the post office's high shipping rates and how they are ruining the wargame hobby. As you've probably figured out, I've been buying, selling, and trading wargames for a long time. Decades, actually. About 20 years ago, 75% of my wargame sales were to overseas customers. At this time, the USPS charged reasonable shipping rates, and my rare and underappreciated games sold really well overseas. Now, only about 5% of my sales are to international customers. The reason for this is because the USPS is now charging outrageous international shipping rates. The typical international shipping cost for a hex and chit wargame with a mounted map is around $30. That really hurts your sales when the shipping costs more than the cost of the game. You've probably noticed that I sell wargames I no longer need on my website. On there I list the US shipping rate and tell international customers to contact me for the international shipping rate. I get these inquiries all the time and I quote exactly what the USPS is charging to ship overseas. For international shipping, I don't charge for the box tape or for my 10-mile round trip to the post office. I only charge exactly what the post office is charging me. 95% of the time, the potential customer is utterly disgusted by the shipping price the USPS has quoted and they choose not to buy it. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to pay more than what I paid for the game for shipping. That's ridiculous. eBay has taken advantage of people's disgust with the high international shipping rates by offering their own global shipping program. In this program, you ship to eBay's facility in Kentucky, and then they ship it overseas with their own private service. It's actually more expensive than even the U.S. Post Office is charging for shipping, but sellers such as me are choosing to use it in case the buyer is a scammer. Let me explain the scam here. If you're a seller, you need to know about this scam. The scam some buyers do is they decide if they don't want an item, they lie to eBay and they tell them the item is not as described, even though it was exactly as described, matched the pictures and everything. In an item not as described situation, eBay automatically finds in favor of the buyer, and the seller has to refund the purchase price, the shipping fee that was paid, and then pay for the item to be shipped back from overseas. If a game sold for $25 plus $35 USPS international shipping, then the seller would have to pay back the $25 plus the $35 international shipping. This is if you use the US Post Office instead of the global shipping program, plus $35 for the item to be shipped back. In other words, the scam cost you $95 for an item you sold for $25. However, if you ship it with the global shipping program and the scam is pulled, you're only liable for the $25 you were paid for the item, plus the cost to ship to Kentucky and the cost to ship it back from Kentucky. In this case, you're probably out $45 to $55, which is much better than the $95 you'd be out if you shipped it directly with the U.S. Post Office instead of using a global shipping program. As far as current domestic shipping prices, well, they went up again recently. About 20 years ago, it cost me about $5 to ship an Avalon Hill game domestically, and those are heavy games. I mean, it's got a mounted map and stuff, so those weigh a lot more than most of the modern games, except for like GMT games. Now with the cost of shipping, packaging, and my 10-mile round trip to the post office, I have to charge about $15 just to break even on my shipping and handling costs. And that's a lot of money to be charging because typically for an Avalon Hill game, I'm only getting like $20 for it or something. So, I mean, $15 at a $20 game, that's really expensive. This doesn't just hurt hobbyists buying and selling games in their collection. It also affects commercial game companies. It's, believe it or not, often cheaper to buy now from your local game shop at retail prices and pay sales tax than to buy it directly from the manufacturer and pay for shipping. If the manufacturer has more than $250,000 in sales a year, they have to charge you sales tax for the state you live in too, so that gets tacked on also. So the problem is most gamers don't have a game shop near them to buy the games from, so they're forced to buy online. Due to the high shipping costs, they're buying less games now than they used to because they just can't afford to have the damn thing shipped. All right, guys, that's just my rant. I'm going to RockCon this weekend to sell some miniatures. I'll have a booth there. I'll definitely buy some used games while I'm there from the auction to save boatloads of money on shipping. If you're in Illinois, stop by my booth at RockCon and say hi. Have a good day.